Skinlings. Submitted by Rotsenarms. There's a story my grandma used to tell me back when I lived with her at the edge of the woods. "Be careful of the Skinlings, young one," she'd say, slapping her calf with her right hand, the good one. Her left hand was more of a stump, a mangled assortment of appendages that resembled fingers if enough imagination was used. I was convinced that it was just a tale, carefully crafted by my grandmother to scare the living crap out of me, and ensure I wouldn't go wandering myself into the woods at night. And it worked. "Skinlings are a nasty bunch, I assure you. If they catch you, they'll do horrible things to you. Just like they did to me." She waved her deformed hand in front of her like some Hollywood prop and cackled loud enough to send a shiver down my spine. "They took me fingers, little one. Yes, they did. With their tiny fangs and their tiny claws. But their hatred... oh, their hatred, little one, is not tiny at all," she said. "But Mama said you lost your hand in an accident." "Did she now? Did she tell you what kind of accident?" I shook my head. My mother had warned me about my grandmother's stories. Boogeymen, monsters, and creepy crawlies were all a part of her macabre repertoire. "I don't believe you," I said. The tone in my voice had an odd tinge of defiance in it. A grin emerged from the rivets of wrinkles of her face. She stood up and went into her room. As she closed the door, I heard her utter something, but I couldn't make out what she said. I entered my room and collapsed on my bed, trying to cast aside the whole thing. She was weird, all right, but besides her creepy nuances, she was a normal, cookie-baking, boo-boo-kissing grandma. A series of scratches at my door woke me up. I tried standing up, but darkness swallowed every mote of light, as if the cabin had been swallowed by a whale, the only animal I could think of at the time that could swallow my grandma's cabin whole. I heard another scratch, then a rap, then 2 scratches more, followed by a faint shuffling. I then heard what I can only describe as the sound of a pig squealing at the meat house. I laughed nervously. "Pretty funny, Grandma. I got it. Skinlings. Good one." But there was no answer. The shuffling and scratching stopped altogether, and only the rustling of the wind and creaking of the wood could be heard. I opened the door. I just missed them. Just outside my bedroom laid my grandmother, with her belly carved out like a butterfly. Police told me that some coyote or lynx had done it. My mom and dad believed them, because they weren't there. But I didn't. I saw the tiny marks on the sides of her belly, the tiny scratches and bite marks on the rivers of entrails of her carcass. Skinlings.